Hello, welcome to my live stream. I haven't done a service dog live stream ever before, so this is going to be brand new, first time ever. So welcome to my channel. Welcome to the service dog live stream. Now you guys know that I do a service dog Friday video. Restarted that based on your feedback. So always let me know in the comments below or by Twitter at Gayle Crabtree and tell me what you guys want to see, because I really want it to be helpful, especially on Service Dog Friday. And I think the white 2-pack just came in, so hello! Thank you for joining us. Well, right now, Tomlin is out on a walk with my husband, so he should be back in a few minutes, and if he is, we'll have him join us on the live stream too. That would be my service dog, Tomlin. Probably not my husband. He's just a little bit camera shy, but we'll give him that. He's great. He's been out working today on taking Tomlin for a walk and doing some things around the van and stuff like that, so we'll give him a break instead of being on video. So one of the reasons that I'm doing the live stream, in addition to the fact that you guys have asked for it, one of the topics I want to talk about is a question that was brought up by Penny Cockrell, and I'm going to link her channel down below so you guys can go check her out. She has a small service dog, and she was asking if I ever have problems with people accepting Tomlin. Now, Tomlin is a larger service dog. He's a husky. He's mixed. Part husky, part golden retriever, 100% rotten, as service dogs can be. But I haven't had any problems relating to his size as far as acceptance. What I have had problems with is just general acceptance of people not wanting to accept service dogs as service dogs. He's been called a pet. He's been called an emotional assistance animal. And that's very difficult because it takes away from what he is, and that is a service dog. Some of the things, as you guys know, that I need him to do is really pick things up when I drop him. Now, when I have a seizure, which I haven't had one in a few years, thank goodness, but when I have a seizure, he comes in and he lays on top of me, and so everybody knows that I'm having a seizure. If I fall, or should I say, when I fall, because I do that. Hey, bud, are you going to come in? You want to come in? No? Okay. He just got back from his walk. So anyway, oh yeah, when I have a seizure, he lays down on top of me. That helps people know that he's having a seizure. The other thing I really need him for is when I fall inside, I need him to go get somebody. He has specific people in the household that he'll go get. He'll go get hubby, and he'll go get one of my daughters if I fall and they happen to be home. This is a huge help. There was one night, and I may have told this story before about him being a service dog, that as part of the problem that I have with my legs, my muscles seize up. And not only can I not walk, but I stay in the floor because I can't get up and I can't move. And generally, the muscle seizing up starts in one leg, moves to the other. It's a neurological thing. And then pretty much I'm in serious trouble because my muscles continue seizing up until I can get my medicine and get it in my system and have it start working. I have a really serious problem. So I had a little bit of cramp, and this is different from normal cramps in that it's neurological. And part of what happens is my foot literally turns on its side, on my right foot. And my daughter equates it to a horror movie, and I get that. So this particular night, I had gotten up and to take the medicine, and I had fallen in the kitchen, did not get to where I could take my medicine. And I was calling for my husband, but he didn't hear me. And I was calling for my daughter, who had her bedroom door shut, and she didn't hear me. But the moment I hit the floor, there was Tomlin, and he came running in and saw me in the floor, saw me having a problem. So he immediately sprang into action, and Tomlin went to go get my husband. But my husband was so sound asleep that he didn't hear Tomlin, and, even though Tomlin barked at him and stuff. And he was kind of in that sleep-wake stage where you kind of don't realize what's going on. Anyway, that wasn't working. So Tomlin came back in to check on me. Now, he's been trained to go to one person, not two. But he came in, checked on me. I was still on the floor. I was trying to get up. It was not a good situation at all. And so he went running back to try to get my husband again. Well, again, my husband is still in this quasi-sleep state and doesn't really know what's going on. Tomlin comes back in. I'm still having problems. By this time, I cannot move. All my muscles in my legs and all have seized up. I'm starting to have muscles seizing, muscles cramping in my rib cage and one of my arms, and it was bad. So Tomlin, not being willing to take no for an answer, had already known from being in there twice that my husband couldn't hear me and didn't know what was going on. So he goes in toward my daughter's bedroom, and he opens the door, and he slams up against it and jumps on her and keeps annoying her until she gets up. Then she realizes what's going on when she saw me, of course, and she was able to help me get some medicine, and then it started, and I was able to get out of the floor from there. But he was able to see what was going on and go from person A, saw that wasn't working, and make the connection and decision to go and get person 2. Some other animals aren't trained to do that, and that kind of stuff is what separates a service dog from like an emotional assistance dog. So when somebody calls them a pet or an emotional assistance dog, that takes away from all the hours of training and the cost that went into teaching him how to do these things. But kind of going back to her question is, have we had issues with acceptance? And we have, but not related to his size. I actually kind of wonder if small service dogs have more of a problem with acceptance than like we do, because people expect service dogs to be big. But see, here's the thing that I really want people who are watching this to understand, and we've got a couple of people in the chat room, and hi, welcome. One of the things I want people to understand is that service dogs can come in all sizes. In fact, I talked to a woman one time who was an older woman. Hi, Earth TV. Hi, the White 2-Pack. It's good to see both of you. You guys are awesome, so thanks for joining the live stream. Anyway, the big thing I want people to understand is service dogs can be all sizes. I actually talked to a woman one day who had a smaller service dog. She was telling me that part of the reason why she needs a small service dog is that she was in a retirement situation for older living people or senior citizens who were older and needed some help in the assistance care place that she was in. She apparently was in an apartment, and she could not keep a large dog. Now, it wasn't that it was against the rules. It was that she physically did not have space. But there again, kind of like what I need with Tomlin when my back is like totally out of whack, is she needed him to be able to scurry into small, tight spots and to pick up, keys or medicines or whatever she dropped. and that's not something a larger dog could do in the area that she lived in because it's a small apartment and everything is compact. So she was telling me that that was really important for her to have the small dog that would be of that size. And the dog was trained to do things like going to get the cell phone, which is actually something that Tomlin cannot do. Physically and emotionally, he can do that. He's trained. But because his mouth is larger than the cell phone is wide, there's a real danger of swallowing or choking. So that's the one thing that if I drop and it's on a day that my back and leg are like really, really bad, he can't pick that up. I have to just wait until somebody gets home or get a broom, or I've got a little grabber thing. But sometimes it gets way beyond what I can reach with that, or my back is bad enough that I can't get under the table and get it even with the broom. So I have to, just wait for somebody else to come home and get the phone because it's a choking hazard for him. With a smaller dog, you don't have that choking hazard because the cell phone on a small dog is often the size where the dog can put it in its mouth. Now, you want to have a good cover on the cell phone because you don't want them biting into, the cell phone screen or anything like that. But that's just one of the reasons why somebody, or a couple of the reasons why somebody might have a smaller dog. The other thing that this lady pointed out about her service dog, I'm going to have to get a drink here, so hold on. The other thing the lady pointed out about her service dog is that by being older and by being on a fixed income, smaller dogs are actually less expensive to keep than larger dogs. And that's because they don't go through as much dog food. Hey, are you going to come on in? Are you going to come in? No? Okay. He's now going in and out. But anyway, small dogs don't eat as much as larger dogs, so it saves some on the food bill there. The other thing is that when you buy the flea and tick medicine, a small dog doesn't need as much medicine as a larger dog. So that's another cost savings. So for the lady who was in the assisted care section of the nursing home and in her apartment, I can see why she would want a smaller dog. We can't always tell. We don't know what the dog is trained to do because you can only ask a couple of questions, and that is your dog trained and do you need it because of a disability? A lot of people get mad because you can only ask those two questions, but you can thank HIPAA for that because you can't make somebody give up their personal medical information. So, because I think you can't ask questions like that, and people see a small dog, automatically, that red flag goes up that it could be a fake service dog. And that could be, but basically, like, you can't tell. A dog could be undertrained, but just because you feel like the dog is undersized, that doesn't really matter. So I hope this live stream has helped you to understand a little bit more about why people might want to have a small service dog as opposed to a larger service dog. There's lots of things that go into play about choosing it. Hey, Joe Kersey, how are you? I am so glad to see you. And yes, sometimes you don't see too many service animals when you're on a trip. You just never know. I think maybe I've from talking to some of the other people that maybe they're more prevalent here. But I'm glad they had a ground floor room for folks with a disability and with a service dog because that is extremely helpful, especially if you can't do steps and the place has no elevator. I actually ran into that situation when we were out in Oklahoma, and it was awful. And a small wheelchair ramp, too. Awesome! That is fabulous. See, some places are so helpful, and some places are just not, like the place I went to in Oklahoma. We went through and checked in, National Brand Hotel, and the woman, when we checked in, said, "Okay, your room's upstairs on the second floor." And I'm like, "Okay, no problem." Denholm, Scotland in the border country. That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that, because it's difficult when those rooms are not available. And like this hotel that we wound up in, it was just, she's like, "Okay, your room's upstairs on the second floor. Everything's enclosed. You had to enter from the inside of the building." So normally when you see that circumstance, there's an elevator. And what she didn't say was, there is no elevator. So we're there, we're checked in, we've paid our money, and we're looking for an elevator. It was totally crazy because there wasn't one. And Joe said it was the first time he's encountered that situation. That's a fabulous situation, though, to encounter. I wish other hotels would take a page out of that playbook. It would be so much easier. And that may be another time when having a small dog as a service dog might actually come in more convenient. Not that the small dog necessarily can go up the steps any easier than a larger dog, but you can't carry, like Tomlin, who's over here lounging and staring at me and not wanting to come in. We can't carry him up the steps, or I can't anyway, because at 80 pounds, what are you kidding? No, nobody can carry that upstairs. Not for a full flight, not with suitcases and stuff. But a small dog, I can see where you might be able to do that. So there's another advantage of a small dog. So, in mine, where I have him cabled to the door so he can go in and out, is coming to the door, poking his head in. So if he gets where he comes more this way, I'll bring him and let him say hi to you guys. But I don't think that's going to happen. The joys of dogs and people that think for themselves. So, but he seems to have enjoyed his walk. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to have this uploaded shortly, and keep leaving those comments. And at the upload, I'm going to put Penny's channel down below so you guys can go say hi to her. Hopefully this has been helpful, and when you see a small dog or a service animal, people will be more accepting of it. You guys will who see this. Leave me your comments down below about this video and other videos. I do read those. I try to respond to as many as I can, and I always take the information to heart because this is your channel. I'm kind of just the facilitator. So I want it to be something that's going to benefit you. So thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me. Don't forget to subscribe because that's the best way to find out about the live streams and all the other videos. Normally they're out at noon, but I had this major tech fiasco, so sorry about it being late. But again, thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me, and I'll see you out, about, and online. So, bye.